I
I
was
just have
just
a
gonna
million
share.
questions. I'm
You
gonna
do?
sit on these for the rest of my life.
I just wanted to share like what she said resonated a lot with me because when I was in the dating pool here in Atlanta, especially during the pandemic, because like man,
Mm,
who didn't feel lonely during the pandemic? But
right.
during my time dating here in Atlanta, I went through phases and periods where I was like, let me just go on dates, and then I can't do this anymore. It hurts and it sucks. And the realization is that every time I was ready to date, every time I was willing to put myself out there, that was me making an agreement with myself is I'm willing to take the chance on getting hurt because I have no
Hmm.
guarantee or promise that I won't. So this is me saying I'm okay with going through this. So
Hmm. Hmm.
go ahead and ask your question. I just want to share that.
No, I told you. It's just like I was like, I love to hear about this from perspective of a professional because, like Austin, I think we've all experienced the fear of vulnerability and the fear of rejection and everything. My question was going to be, have you found that this group of people really struggle to set boundaries and realize like where those boundaries are or fall into
Ooh.
the traps of like ignoring maybe what a boundary would be for them in the hopes that they're not going to get hurt in their vulnerability.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, boundaries is one of those words that's become a bit of a like therapy pop culture
Buzzword.
buzzword,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Oh,
Because, and I
for
really?
think
sure, for
that
sure.
yeah, and on one hand, again, I'm glad that there's more kind of common space where these conversations are happening about things like boundaries and mental health and all of that. But I also think it's really important for people to actually know that boundaries are not just saying like, no, I don't want, oat milk, I want almond milk, right? It's
Hmm.
more about psychological safety, right?
Yes.
And so I think like when you have somebody who maybe always gets pushed back around their decision making, right? Or something is always spun as, kind of like what you were saying, like the Lord's work or the
Hmm.
spirit or whatever. There can be this blurred line around what do I want, what feels safe to me, and what boundaries actually mean to myself and the other person or people that I'm setting them with. Because I think what's also tricky too is that boundaries kind of get this label now as this thing that's like really great. And they can be,
Yeah.
right? But sometimes when you set them with people, they can actually feel really bad because not everyone's going to respond to your boundaries positively.